Hi guys, I'm Tony, founder of the World Divination Association and also known as the Card Geek on social media. And I'm here today to walk through the incredible Lustrous Lenormand and how to read it. This is the first of a set of videos. We will be doing a walkthrough of the deck. You will see all the artwork and you will see the book that is included, written by me. So I'll walk through, but I'll also speak about the traditional Lenormand meanings as we go through, including the extra cards within the deck. So let's put the overhead on and get started. You may recognize the artwork from the Lustrous Lenormand from the indie published Sui Generis by Ciro Marchetti. The artwork in the cards you will recognize, but the book, we have pages and pages of Lenormand gold in there. Even if I do say it so myself, it's speaking of the traditional meanings of Lenormand, the traditional reading methods, using the method of distance and referring to the game of hope, of course. And we look at the additional cards in that traditional aspect and how we can apply them in many ways in life or readings for our querents. So let's have a look at the cards. Rider, information coming in from afar if far away from your significator, and from near if nearby. Clover speaks of a little bit of luck in our lives, but also watch out for clouds nearby, because Clover turns to misfortunate events if the clouds card is nearby. Ship speaks of trade and commerce, and journeys if close. The house card speaks of successful endeavors in everything that we do. It's a great card to see, but beware if it's landing in the middle of a tableau, because it can show problems around the house and home. The tree is our health card, and it is in its essence, or in its core essence, it speaks of ill health and anything that is drained away. So when tree is close to your significator, then we're looking at a real draining of their resources or a draining of their energies. Clouds, the most troublesome card in the Lenormand deck, jumps in with so many inconveniences for every card that it touches. There are so many cards in the Lenormand method of distance that are affected by the clouds card. So look in particular for this card in your GT to find out where the trouble lies. Snake speaks of betrayal and deceit and anything that is done against us with ill intent. Coffin speaks of endings. It doesn't speak of transformation. It speaks of death and illness. Flowers speaks of happiness. So bouquet is your happy card. Scythe. The scythe is our most dangerous card in the deck and comes with a warning with it. Beware of the cards around. Beware of the danger within that situation. Whip speaks of discord and even arguments within the family. Birds, we have two birds cards. Both speak of effort and burden, just in different ways. The book accompanying the deck speaks of the difference in that stress and effort, depending on whether you use the beautiful birds of paradise almost here and the owl card. 13 is child. It does speak of children in our life, but it also speaks of newness, naivety, and seeing the life through the eyes of a child. It shows that we have good associations, and that means the people around us, especially if the garden card is nearby, are really, really good people. 14, the fox. Beware, the fox is a naughty card. It isn't a card that we can lipstick up into anything positive. It speaks of wrongness, things that are done again against us, similar to the snake, but the fox does it to survive, whereas the snake does it just to be mean. So watch out when the fox attends your readings. The bear speaks of great fortune, you know, amazing stuff coming in your life. But it also comes with a side order of envy and jealousy from the people around you. So if bear is in the mix, yes, you are having an amazing time, but watch out for those around you and see who really is happy for your amazingness. Stars. Star is a beautiful card. In the game of hope, it speaks of prophecy, but it also speaks of finding our way, direction in life. 17 is our stork card, changes, relocation, anything that's moving within your life. Look to the cards around to explain what that change will be. Dog is our loyal friend. It's somebody, it can be a person in the querent's life, but it also can speak of sticking to or being loyal to situations. So look to the card around and find out what your querent is sticking to. What are they being loyal to? 19 and Tower is perhaps one of my favorite cards in the deck, especially the artwork in the Lustrous Lenormand. The Tower is a card that speaks of longevity, a long time, good health in that longevity, as long as tree and clouds aren't nearby. It is our long-term prospects card and a happy old age. The Garden card speaks about people around you, people of a similar mindset to what you are. You know, if you go to the tarot conferences, for example, you will see the Garden card coming up for those good associations, especially if child is nearby. 21 is the Mountain card. Now, the Mountain shows adversity. It shows anything that works against us, particularly people. If the Mountain card and Bear, which speaks of other people being envious of us, and Fox or Snake are in the mix too, I would really watch out for a person in the querent's life, for they are working against them. It is our enemies card and anything that works against us. 22, our important decisions are made in the card of choice, which is the crossroads card traditionally, and it shows difficult decisions and trying to find that right path, choosing right over wrong. 23, Amai, speaks of degradation and decay, really nibbling away at the cards around, you know, taking their foundation, their strong foundation away. It nibbles away, it erodes. 24 is heart, and you know, everything that we desire is in the heart card, number 24. 25 is ring and speaks of commitment. If it's in a positive aspect to your man and lady card, then they're in a really strong committed relationship. If it's sat behind their backs in an inauspicious placement, then ring speaks of breakages or troubles within that relationship. The book, the grimoire. This is a book of nasty surprises. So when book arises, it means information is coming to light that isn't comfortable. Look to the cards around to find out what that uncomfortable information is that's coming to light. 27 and letter is our communication cards, letters going out, letters coming in, emails, anything of a written nature or spoken nature will be seen in the letter card. Our man card now. We have two men within the Lustrous Lenormand and two ladies. These are our main people. So if we look at these two, this is your querent or partner, querent or partner. We employ the other cards if we're looking at interpersonal relationship, maybe there's an extra person in the relationship, or if we are doing a same-sex relationship, in which case you employ the second man card as the partner card. You still stick to your male being the querent. And similarly with the female cards, we use woman as our querent, and lady then becomes the partner of the querent. So 2 extra cards within the people to help us in interpersonal relationships. We then have Lily. Lily is an amazing card that shows virtue when it's above a significator's head. However, when it's below a significator's head, it shows that they are very egotistical or they are out for themselves. It can also show that they are not entirely truthful. I always check the card that sits above Lily because it does have that air of mistrust or untruths in the mix. 31 and sun, without the sun, nothing can grow. That's my favorite line out of the original Lenormand instructions. And sun brings in energy to nourish everything that lays around it. So it will show growth in a situation. It will show the querent, if it's close to them, putting energy into a situation or having that energy to move forward. So the sun is a great card for growth, seeing things around growing. The moon is our card of what people see us as or what our reputation is. If you are going to get a pat on the back, then the moon card will show. If your reputation is at risk, you may see the clouds card around it showing that. 33 and key is the solution to all your answers. It is our yes card in the Lenormand deck. And if you check the card beneath the key card in your Lenormand GT, you will find a sure clue or a sure message for your querent beneath that card. Something that's extremely important will lie beneath key. Fish speaks of abundance and having a lot of, financials, having plenty of financials to move around. Anchor is the end card in the game of hope. It is the winning space in the game of hope, and as such, it is the most important card in the deck. It speaks of trade, it speaks of money, but it also speaks of goals and where we are heading towards. We all want to land in that winning spot in life, and that is the winning spot, the anchor. The closer it is to your querent, the better. And then we have the painful cross carrying its grief and burden. Don't lipstick this card up. It is a difficult card. Can, if above the querent, for example, speak of headaches, even of physical pain. But the cross card does come with an added pain in a situation. Look to the cards around to find out what is grieving within the querent's life. And then we move on to the extra cards that Ciro has created for the Lustrous Lenormand. I'm going to go through them in the same vein that we speak of the traditional meanings. As I said, there's more in the book about these additional cards. Time. Time speaks of time itself. Sometimes we need a little bit of patience to go ahead in life, and sometimes we can rush forward head first into a situation. The cards around time will show you whether it's a short time or a long time. So look to the cards around, see if there's clover, for example, for a short time, or if there's tower for a long time. Look to the cards around and you'll understand whether this is quick timing, slow timing, or patience required. 38 and well, this needs a deeper look. The cards around the well card will explain what the querent needs to dig deeper into. It may be into themselves if it's closer to the significator card. Dice, take a gamble, do the risks pay off? The cards around the dice card, whether auspicious or inauspicious, will show you whether it is worth taking that risk. With dangerous cards around, especially scythe, it's a real spontaneous risk that's being taken and probably maybe not in the best interest of the querent, but the cards around will confirm that. And then we have 40 and our compass card. And I love a little bit of navigation within your GT. You can look to the compass card to find out what direction the querent should be going in, or what direction they are currently going in. Is it in a good direction with positive cards around, or is it something where they just don't know where they are at right now with cards such as clouds to confirm that? 41 is bridge, and I absolutely love this card because it acts as a connector card. If anyone reads Kipper cards, you will know that connector cards bring the two cards either side into the meaning or core essence of that card. The bridge brings the two cards either side, confirming the connection between them. So it's imperative when bridge falls that you look to the two flanking cards to gain that information on what that connection is or what is being brought together. And mask. It reminds me again of Kipper and the dishonesty card. It's perfect mix in with the Lenormand cards because we have the deceit, betrayal, dishonesty with snake and fox. But mask speaks of a slightly different face that we put out there to the world. With positive cards, we could be acting when we leave the house, for example, acting in a certain way that's not at the core with our character. For example, if you go to a job interview, you will put your mask on to find, to present the very best of what you are. And that would be with positive cards around and the significator nearby. With negative cards around and any people cards, including bear, mountain, fox, snake, and even dog, we have to look at the people in our lives and question whether they are showing us their true selves. Maze is a great card. We also we all go down a rabbit hole at some time in life. I do it daily, I think, where we go down, we get confused within our situation, and we need to find the way out of that maze. The maze will show confusion and really trying to find a way out, whereas the clouds comes in with a negative, troublesome blow to any situation. Maze comes in there saying that we might need a little bit of strategy to get out of this. Has anybody got any GPS? And you look to the cards around to find out what kind of tangle the querent is in. And finally, the last card is card 44 and closer look. And you'll see there's a QR code on this. If you take a photo or go to take a photo with your smartphone, you will see a website link jump up and it will show you more that I've contributed to on Ciro's platform, but other Lenormand readers too. So, and also Ciro's thoughts on the deck, etc. So if you look at the QR code, you will get that information on Ciro's website. The card itself, closer look. I really like this when it pops up in a GT because you are really drawn to this card to delve into the cards around to make sure that everything is, all your ducks are in a row with this situation. So look to the closer look card and do take an inspection of the cards around to find out what the querent really needs to look into to actually move themselves forward. And if you do get this deck and you are working through with the book, a simple lesson on auspicious versus inauspicious placement. If you have your man and lady cards in your spread, in your GT, you have a card that sits in front of their faces. So they're both looking at it. You can see their gazes are both looking on the letter. In this position, it is an auspicious position, which means a fortunate position, which also means an easy position. So the cards ahead or in the direct line of sight of your people cards will show what is easy for the querent moving forward, or what they will take in their stride, or what will pay off for them. Behind their backs then, you see they're both looking in opposite directions and they're sharing the letter behind the back. That is an inauspicious position, and which means difficult, it means unfortunate, it means hurts a little bit sometimes. And in this case, we have letter. So there will be difficult communication between the two of them. If it's just one, she has difficult communication behind her back. So just look out for those as you are laying your Lustrous Lenormand. Tag me in on your posts when you do your reads with Lustrous Lenormand. I would love to see them. There is more coming up in this series on Lustrous Lenormand. I will be doing GTs, including all the extra cards, box spreads, etc. for you on this channel. I hope you love it as much as I do, and I'll see you on the next one.